project. Okay, silence. Yes, you are creating a new EJB project. Okay, and then you are not selecting any target runtime. Just select next, next, generate EJB jar.xml and finish. Now you can create your session bean. Okay. So give some package name for your session bean and then give some name for your bean. You can select this remote and local. Select next, finish. Now you have to include the jar files. Go to properties, add external jars. So in this, select all the jar files, open. Okay, so now all your errors will disappear, right? So the next step is we have to export it as EJB project.jar. Sorry, we have to export it into a jar. So export EJB jar. Give a destination to which you have to export it. Okay. So the project name is sample EJB. .jar. Finish. Now select the sample EJB, put it into your JBoss standalone deployments, and you can start your server. So here JBoss final bin standalone.bat will start your server. So you can see that the jar files that are there have been deployed. So this is a new jar file that I added, sample EJB. It is deployed and these are the JNDA names that got created. Okay, and my server is ready now. So I want to set up my client. So create a simple Java project and this is a client program. So first you will have to set up the properties that are specific to your server. So we have a JBoss server. So we have to set up the properties that are specific to JBoss server. That is the context factory, the URL in which the JNDA service is running, and then the EJB context, security principal, that is the username, and then the password. So in order to create the username and password, you'll have to go to JBoss, run adduser.bat. So it will ask you whether to add a management user or an application user. Select application user. So it will ask you the leave it. Give the username, password, re-enter password. Do you want to set any roles for the user? Leave it blank. So you give yes. Press any key to continue. So now we have added our user. Now run our standalone.bat again. In the sense, if the server is not started, run it again. Okay. Now here you have to give your username and password, and the lookup URL should be the URL of the bean class that you want to create, bean class that you want to access. So here our lookup URL will be, so you have to contact the remote interface because you are a different application, you are not in the same server, so you'll have to contact the remote interface. So copy that URL, paste it here. Okay. Now this will return me an object of type CDAC server remote. So for the client to know the object and the methods in it, it has to import the jar. So go to your client.
Again we have to import.
In client you have to import JBoss client.jar and the EJB, the server project.jar. So in client, import your JBoss client.jar, which is inside your JBoss bin client, and then your next jar is the sample EJB.jar. So this is my client, my server now. Now if I am going to run this, an object is created. I'll print the object. So a proxy for remote EJB, stateless EJB locator with the module name sample EJB, bean name CDAC server, and with the interface name CDAC server remote is created. So with this object you will be able to access the methods in that interface and the server class.
How to use property?